Good morning, everybody. My name is Julian. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Welcome to day 44 of me documenting my programming journey towards becoming a mobile developer. Today is Wednesday, April 6th, and it is 5:54 a.m. And I'm going to kick it off here by getting into another project on the 100 Days of Swift course on the Hacking with Swift website. I've been using this course to learn about UIKit because I learned Swift and Swift UI for about 3 months, and now I'm realizing that I kind of just need to also learn UIKit. So I'm getting into that, and that's what we're going to be doing today. It's a project-based course. I already finished 2 projects from the course, and now I'm moving on to the 3rd one. So I'm going to do that and then talk about what I learned. So I just finished a whole bunch of stuff. Let's check out what I did. So this was a technique project, which means that it was a project that was centered around learning basically a new skill. And in this case, that new skill was utilizing a UIActivityViewController, which is what's displayed when, for example, in an iOS app, you try to share something. So let's say we have the share button up here for this image, and we want to share this image. We can save it, and normally if I were on a real phone, you would see social media icons here, and we'd be able to do things like save it to Instagram or Facebook or what have you, and we can also save the image, like I said before, to the photo library, which is really cool. So I learned how to make these. This seems to be another thing that's going to be really helpful because I don't think there's a native Swift UI equivalent yet. So it's great to know that that's how you make these things and that's how they work, because I did not know that. And again, I'm really starting to feel like the benefits of UIKit are already coming in, and the benefits of learning UIKit are already coming in anyway. So what else did I do here? I also learned what this @obj_c property wrapper does. Not property wrapper, but I don't really know what to call it, but you put it at the beginning of a function when this function needs to be called by something that utilizes Objective-C. So for example, we are using this navigation item right bar button item with a UI bar button item to create this button up here. And when we do so, we need a target and we need an action. The target, so the action actually has a hash selector, and then it says recommend, which means we're running a function called recommend, which is what this function down here is called. And the location of the recommend function is self. It's in this class, and that's because, like I just showed you, the recommend function is declared or defined in this class. And this hash selector basically shows that it needs to be able to use the Objective-C, Objective-C in order to run, because this is a whole, like this target action thing is a whole Objective-C thing. So that means that in order for that to be called, we have to be using a function that is capable of being used in conjunction with Objective-C, and that's why we have this objc thing before the function definition for recommend. And then the recommend function is what actually presents the UIActivityViewController, which again is this thing right here, which is very cool. And you can also do other things with a UIActivityViewController. I think, yeah, UIActivityViewController. We have another one here in the homepage that says, I love this app, check it out here. And then you can message it to somebody, you could copy the text, you could do whatever. So it's very flexible in terms of what you can use, what you can share with it, which is, I dig that, it's very cool. I also started the milestone project, the first one of the course. And basically it's a total app that I'm doing all on my own. He has some hints in there, but for the most part, I haven't really looked at any of them. I've basically just referenced code from the other projects because a lot of these UIKit concepts haven't quite sunk in yet, but I got a lot farther than I thought I would without having to reference notes, which is very cool. Basically, it's a very similar app that's along the lines of what we've already done. It's just a way of actually executing those concepts on our own without having to follow along with the tutorial. So far in the app, we have a very little code here. We have just this UI table view that presents us with a bunch of different countries. And basically what we're supposed to do is make it so that when we tap one of these, we will see the flag of that country, as well as some text and some other stuff. I don't really remember, but for now, I haven't done any of that because I ran out of time. So I'm going to do that later today or tomorrow and actually finish this part of the course, which is going to be cool because I'll actually get to execute the stuff that I've learned on my own and sink it into my head a little bit deeper, and that'll be great. Anyway, like I said, I've run out of time here. I have to go get ready for work, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.